Hello and welcome back to the Long Island Railroad Montauk branch. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit different and something I haven't seen anyone else discuss in a video. That is most likely because I don't watch all the videos out there, but still, what we're going to talk about is the best way to order the cars in the train for a local job. And my guiding philosophy is it's tight. There's a lot of vision blocks, so we want the trains to be as short as possible when we're backing into a siding. That makes it easier for the crew members to communicate. So how best to implement that on my railroad using my system? So what you see here is we have a full yard, 22 cars, which is 2 barge loads because the tugs would always take 2 barges at a time. They'd have one on each hip, as it were. And at least in the real Long Island Railroad, they had 4 aprons to unload on, so they could unload 2 at a time. Here I only have 1, so I did 1 and then I did the other. And you didn't need to see that because it's boring. But anyway, 22 cars in the yard. And here is the switch list. And we're only going to do the first 10 in this train. The first 10 drop-offs. There's a couple pickups in there too, but it is mostly drop-offs. So you can pause this and look at it if you care. What I'm going to do now, and I'm not going to make you watch it, is I'm going to go through and number the cars in the order I think will be best to sort them into the train. Alrighty, that took a little bit of thinking, and as you can see, I made a few mistakes. So first off, the first industry that we encounter is Black & Guggenheimer. So that's fairly simple. Those will be the first 3 cars. And number 1 on the top there, that means it's the closest to the engine. So if I order those first 3 cars, 1, 3, and 2, that means they're already in the correct order to be backed into Black & Guggenheimer. Now the next cars, one that go to Frauenfeld, I forgot that that's a facing point siding. So I had to change them so then they're last. They will actually be the last cars. So then we go down a little bit and you can see 4 is there at the bottom roughly. That's Van Eiderstein, and 5, 6, and 7 are all cars that will be backed into the other siding. It's right behind me, you can't see it. So they're in that order, they'll be in the correct order for backing down that siding. And then 8 is the team track, which is facing point siding, so there's 1 car there, and then the last 2 will be Frauenfeld, and they can go in either order. It doesn't matter because they go on 2 separate spurs. So the one thing I didn't discuss just then is what do you do with the pickups? You could save them and pick them up later, but no, that doesn't really save you any moves or any distance because either way, they have to get out of the way and you have to take them with you. So do you put them at the very end of the train, or do you put them at the end of the train, or rather at the front of the cars that are remaining on the train, which I think is what I have to do. It may not be the best way to do it, but that's how I'm going to do it. At least that's how it looks like I'm going to do it from here. We'll see what actually happens as it comes out. All right. In order to help you, the viewer at home, follow along, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little folded pieces of index card with numbers on them and place them on the cars in the order in which they are to be arranged in the train. And I'm only doing this to help you guys. I certainly wouldn't do it during an operating session. Absolutely not. So the first one is URTX 4750, which is right here. Okay? And you can fast forward through all this as I place all 10 of these markers, if you so desire. The second one is on Mopac 530, which is, oh gosh, way back here. You probably can't even see it. Number 3 is CNJ, which is around here somewhere. There it is. Oh, damn it. Just discovered an issue with putting the little tags on top of the cars. Don't drop them. Okay, so that's convenient. 1 and 3 are reasonably close. Maybe it's convenient, I don't know. Number 4 is Chesapeake, Ohio. And that one is, where? Right here. God dang it, I did it again. And number 5, NYC hopper number 90, which is right here. Number 6, NYC 37, which is right there. Number 7 is Pittsburgh and Lake Erie. There it is. Number 8 is the tanker, the lone tank car, which is kind of odd. I have plenty of tank cars, but the only one was selected for this train. Number 9, Baltimore and Ohio, hopper number 102, which I believe is right here. Yep. And number 10 would be the Santa Fe 236. There it is, right there. Okay, that was exciting. Now, break out the engine and move the cars around. Okie dokie, after much experimentation, this is the best angle I could come up with to see most of the action. So, power for today will be, it's up here, you can barely see it, RS1 number 469. And let's see, power on, lights on, dim the lights. And this is a Soundtracks decoder, so I'm going to avail myself of function number 14, which puts it in switching mode, which makes it move at half speed compared to what it would normally move at for the speed setting. And also, there's no acceleration or deceleration. So if you turn it off, it stops. It's like operating in DC mode, basically. And we're not moving backwards. Why are we not moving? Oh, how did 11 get on? Okay, there we go. Number 10 has to be the first one that we get, put it at the end of the spur. All that kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. At least I hope you do. So we are going to start the train here on this track, the one closest to the edge. And the other thing I want to discuss is when you back cars down the spur, do you put them at the head of the spur or do you put them at the tail of the spur? I'm about to run into the camera. Well, I figure you put them at the tail of the spur. That way it minimizes the times you have to impact the car, the times you have to run into it and maybe upset the cargo. So now number 9 is right. No, that's 3. Here's 9 right here, Baltimore and Ohio. Okay, number 8 is the tank car right here. So we'll just grab that one. And then after that, we'll put some of the cars away here on this track and then go for number 7, which is right here. This car right here, the one that keeps decoupling, it is the second oldest car I own. It's from one of one of the cars from my original train set, I think. So it's 50 years old. So is this one. So I cut it some slack, okay? Yes. Crash. That was 7. 6 is right here. Plastic pellet car, and 5 is right here. Those can actually go in either order. But I don't see how that's going to make a difference. It's going to be the same amount of moves no matter what I do. Okay. In case you've lost track, this is number 5 right here. Plastic pellets for Allied Extruders, makers of the finest shrink wrap plastic in the entire metropolitan New York area. Or so I've heard. Number 4, 3, 2 is behind the camera. You can't see it. And number 1 is right here. So next is 4. Oh. Okay, 3, 2 back behind the camera, and 1. Okay, since I don't have any more room on this track, I'm going to put 3, 2, and 1 right here. Back it up a little bit, a little more room. That'll do. Shoot. 3, you failed. All right, well, that's not going to happen again. All right. Okay, where were we? Oh, and whoops, wrong way. No damage. I had 2 couplers come off, but they were both the press fit kind, so I just press fit them right back on and everything's okay. Okay, that was 3. 2 again is back there, you can't see it. I will adjust the camera momentarily so you can see it. There's number 2, back there. And the train is running away from me. Come back, train. So I'll put these 2 cars on this track next to it and put number 1 in place and get rid of the other 2 cars, and then we'll be ready to roll, which we'll do in the next video. Tight enough. Okay, we got 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to back on and hook up to 4 through 10. Yay, coupled. Okay, that's it. I will do the rest of the switching in a different video. Thank you for watching. There will also be a quick layout update. It's either already happened or will soon happen. I don't know how I'm going to issue these once I get them published. So look forward to that, or not. Regardless, again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Long Island Railroad Montauk branch. Bye!